The human brain is basically symmetrical, split down the middle. Symmetry only goes so far, however. There are differences too. The right cerebral hemisphere receives sensory input from and directs movement on the left side of the body, while the left hemisphere governs corresponding functions on the right side. The origins of cerebral asymmetry are unclear, but may come down to an evolutionary advantage in efficiency. Whatever the reason, the most obvious manifestation of brain lateralization is handedness. About 90% of people are right-handed. They have much better control over fine movements with their right than left, and preferentially use their right hand for most activities. The remaining 10% are left-handed or ambidextrous. When we look at the involvement of each hemisphere in various sensory and motor functions, the basic rule is that sensation and motor control are contralateral. The right hemisphere controls motor movement in and receives sensory input from the left side of the body. However, there are some exceptions. The trunk and face muscles are controlled by both sides. Auditory input is sent to both hemispheres, but more strongly on the contralateral side. Taste and smell are ipsilateral, meaning input is sent to the same hemisphere. For vision, each visual field connects to contralateral hemisphere, except for about 5 degrees of the visual field down the vertical center of the retina, which connects to both hemispheres. If you look at each hemisphere, you'll find sensory and motor strips that correspond to specific parts of the body. Stimulate the motor cortex in the area associated with the thumb, and the thumb on the opposite side of the body will twitch. Stimulate the sensory cortex, and you'll feel a sensation in the thumb on the opposite side of the body. Note that areas of the body that are more sensitive, such as the lips, will have a correspondingly larger area of the somatosensory cortex dedicated to them. Try this. Hold out your left hand and draw a clockwise circle in the air with your finger. Continue to draw the circle with your finger and raise your left foot off the ground and rotate it in the same clockwise direction. Now, switch the direction of your hand only, counterclockwise. What happens? With all the complexity of our brains, it's strange to discover that sometimes we're fairly limited in our abilities. What happens if you try this with the left hand and right foot? Some people find this a bit easier, perhaps because the two movements are now being controlled by separate hemispheres. But the hemispheres are not independent. Don't forget, they are connected by a mass of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. So information is being sent between hemispheres all the time. Researchers have found that the corpus callosum largely matures at around age 6, which is one reason why younger children may have more difficulty integrating the actions of the two hands